We're eating well today because we haven't even gotten past the information Steak was able to get us. But we've already gotten another interview. And thanks to Iron Cameraman, we got another skibidi dose, as he asked Boom 14 interesting questions about the plot of the show, which we have been trying to solve day and night. Today we'll talk about the secret agent, about the legendary return of Titan Cameraman and Speakerman, about G-Man's possible alliance with someone from Astros, as crazy as that sounds. You'll also find out why he's been smiling all this time, and what the squares mean, since Boom finally revealed it to us, and much more. This is a video you're sure to love, so make sure to stay to the end unless you want to be the watchman of honeymoon like our big bro. Hello friends, you're on the channel. Subscribe to the channel and press the like button under the video to speed up the release of the next video. And let's go. So let's start with the less important questions and move on to the more interesting ones. The first question was about haters. What do you think about haters and criticism of the series? To which Boom answered, I haven't seen constructive or reasonable criticism from any hater whatsoever. Just silly bandwagoning. Of course, this question doesn't surprise me because during the interview with Steak, when Steak asked if the skibidi toilet is a brain rot, Boom answered that skibidi haters are brain rot. And I really haven't seen any constructive explanation of why a skibidi toilet is brain rot. The main criticism is that the head comes out of the toilet, and that's where all their arguments end. People think toilets with heads sticking out are too wild, and I partially agree with them. But is that what the show is about? The show's about faction rivalry, and I realized a long time ago that the skibidi toilet is not what it was originally. To be honest, there's not much left of the classic toilets. Even in the full 77th episode, the Duchess appeared in a more human form. And look at the UFO toilet. Does it look like the usual toilets we saw in the beginning? It seems to me that Boom has become a prisoner of these toilets, but now we can see that the series has turned into a confrontation between robots and mutants. I mean, Boom still respects the original source and sticks to the theme with toilets. But the new characters, mutants, no longer look like skibidi toilets from the beginning of the series. The show really turned into a sci-fi movie and a really cool story. The way I see it, he's realizing his dreams and ideas through this show. And he's really trying to make it more than just heads coming out of the toilet. He's still sticking with the concept of toilets because he has no choice, but he's pretty smoothly and cleverly made it into a full-fledged series on some Hollywood level. I think Bro's gonna try to make movies and stuff like that, and the skibidi toilet is just the beginning of his journey. Skibidi Toilet is not just an absurd comedy, but a unique universe where viewers find everything they value in a great story. The power of friendship, courage in the fight for justice, touching moments of self-sacrifice, and unexpected twists that take your breath away. And it's hard to put it all together, so that deserves respect. Anyway, Skibidi Toilet is a lot more than just heads coming out of the toilet. So if you're a hater, you should realize that. By the way, there was another similar question. What do you think about how far Skibidi Toilet has come from brain rot to something more cinematic and serious? To which Boom answered, Skibidi Toilet surely changed, but let me be clear. Nobody called it brain rot until around 2024. It was simpler, denser, a bit like a dream sequence. It was just different than it is now, but all feedback was positive, and the majority of followers got hooked on it back then, not later. The conception of first dozen episodes are trash, it gets better only later is wrong. Creating it wasn't as stressful and time-consuming, so I have much brighter feelings towards earlier moments of the series as well. That being said, Skibidi Toilet has come a long way already, and its evolution has merely begun. I don't think those words need to be explained. But I also don't think the first episodes was goofy, but obviously it was a lot simpler than the current episodes, and Boom didn't expect it to be so successful. And according to him, it's just getting started. And I don't doubt it, seeing as how freaking awesome the full 77 episode was. So more to come, I guess. The following answer by Boom I really liked. The question sounds like, after your response to viewers in Discord about the hidden new race that will appear in episode 81, no one has any doubts that these are the PC men, the first of which we saw in episode 74. What role will they play? To which Bro said, I like my skibidi drippy. Hell nah, bruh. Imagine Boom eats drippy cheese and drinks Prime.
That's smooth, isn't it?
Skibidi Toilet will never be the same again, bruh. But to be fair, Arm asked a good question. But Boom didn't fall for the trick. And the thing is, Bro tried to cheat and wanted to know if computer men were a new race. And so he asked what role they would play if Boom had said something like, they'll play an important role. Then we'd have confirmation that the computer men will be a new race. But Boom didn't fall for that trick, and that's surprising. In fact, we have no official confirmation that the computer men will be a new race. Yes, we have guesses and even hints, but still not confirmation. But you know me. I've been yapping for half a year that it's gonna be the computer men. So I still believe it. But even if it's not true, I won't be upset. because any new race will add color to the show, so we'll have to wait until episode 81 for them to reveal themselves. Okay, the next question sounds like, do the changes to the Duchess and the woman mutant, as well as the size of the old scientist, have a storyline or design purpose? Is it a regular retcon and redesign or upgrades? To which Boom replied, both. Characters also can redress and change their appearance sometimes. There's no retcon. It's pretty interesting, so we don't need to ask why if we see a Godzilla-sized UFO toilet, or why someone bought new clothes. We also have a question about episodes 78 and 79. You mentioned that the epic episodes start from episode 80. What can we expect from episodes 78 and 79? To which we got, there won't be a not fire or filler episode. But there's a difference between fire and inferno for sure. Obviously, Boom is trying to say that right from now on, all episodes will be badass, but we should also realize that we can't watch Titans versus Astros every episode. Some of the episodes will also focus on the reveal of the plot, which to me is even more interesting than the battles. So we're in for some good and freaking good episodes. Not taking a break from the topic, here's another similar question. Regarding episodes 80 and beyond, what makes them so epic? Large-scale battles, power shifts, unexpected plot twists, or something else? To which he replied, lore moving significantly forward, some secrets getting revealed. I do prefer creating more personal and unique battles between individuals, rather than doing uneven they fight or walls on walls. That doesn't mean they're not big and epic. I also like single battles better than crowd on crowd. They are just as epic as large-scale battles. Usually in battles where there are a lot of people is a mess, and you cannot give anyone any special attention. I also wonder what secrets will be revealed to us after the 80th episode. I'm hoping we'll finally find out who the secret agent is, and also the TV scientist's lore. The next question is, were episodes 75-77 dedicated to the union between skibiditoilets and Alliance? Did this arc come to an end? What will be the main theme of the next arc? Sort of. It was leading us to a conclusion that Alliance and Skibidis have to work together ASAP, since they both could benefit from each other's strengths and resources. So we could say we're in a new arc, or I guess we could say it's kind of a sub-arc, since I think the first arc ended with the killing of the scientist, and the second arc began with the introduction of Astros. My understanding is that every arc has a villain, and in the first arc, it was the skibidi scientist. After he was killed, the second arc began, in which the villains were the Astro toilets. So logically, we should be in the second arc, and even after 77 or even 80 episodes, the arc will be the same, until the moment when the Astros do not lose. And I'm guessing then we are waiting for the third and final arc, in which we will probably learn the outcome of the conflict between the ordinary toilets and agents. But that's only if there's a third arc, since Boom can complete everything in the second arc. Anyway, I could be wrong, but I believe that the second arc started right after the death of the scientist and the appearance of Astros. Here's an interesting question about a secret agent. At the end of episode 77, there was a hint of interference regarding the secret agent. Does this mean he will start acting soon? Will he help the Skibidis and the Alliance directly? Or will he continue to work from the shadows? And Boom replied, he is always watching and acting. Every moment anything happens. This answer didn't surprise me, and we all realize that Bro is always watching and doing something. But he actually has two styles. The first style is when he's actually visible for us to participate in something. And the other style is passive, when he just knows everything and sees everything. I'll give you an example. In episode 67, we saw green glitches in the camera, and the secret agent literally took control of the plungerman to look down. And that's the first style I'm talking about, when he's actually doing something in front of us. The second passive style is when we just see him, somewhere in the episode, surrounded by green light. At the end of the full episode, we saw the text glitched with a green hue. I think it's more like the first style, and I'm guessing that Bro did something important in that episode that we'll find out about in future episodes. Either way, I'm betting on Bro revealing more of himself in a few episodes. I also want to make a big prediction for the future. I think the secret agent will eventually become a final boss, and he was the only evil that started it all. Remind me in 10 years if I'm right. The next question was pretty wild, as Bro used a forbidden question. Will we see Titan Cameraman or Speakerman again before episode 80, or only after 80 inclusive? And I think you realize that Bro would never in his life spoiler about something like that. But I personally think we'll see them before episode 80. If I'm right, then go back to this video and write about it. I think Titan Speakerman has a chance to appear in his base, which we will definitely see before episode 80, or on the battlefield if the Speakerman's armada goes to the G-Man's aid. As for the Titan Cameraman, I think there's a chance to see him in a fight between Juggy and G-Man as well. But that's just my speculation. I hope I'll tell you more in some other theory video, so we'll leave it at that for now. The next question is quite interesting as Boom has revealed to us the secret of squares. Did the TV men teleport an entire base to another location? And how does this technology work? To which Boom replied, more like inside of the base. I grew up on Miyazaki films, and this particular technology was inspired by Howl's Castle door entrance portal. There were 4 identical shells of bases underground in 4 different places across the Earth. Once TV men switched base location and teleported from Alaska, all Astros found underground is terrain and debris, nothing else. And I can congratulate those who assumed it, as I saw several guys wrote about it in the comments. I made the mistake of assuming that the squares were different modes, probably because the idea from the Howl's Castle seemed pretty obvious to me. And as always, I was trying to find something that wasn't there. Anyway, now we know. Next question about this wild dude. What is the TV man with the smile hiding? Should we keep a closer eye on him? And Boom said pain and depression, or maybe he is just silly. So I guess we can clear him of suspicion since bro's just depressed and a little crazy. Hopefully he'll get better someday. Boom's next answer is pretty funny, but at the same time damn important. What are the Astros' plans for the Titan TV man? Will they send him into battle right away or put him through a prolonger upgrade? Could they capture him permanently? So even if the device is removed, he remains an Astro. To which we got, they just needed a big TV to watch movies. And while it sounds funny, you wouldn't believe it. There's a lot of meaning in those words. And the thing is, they're literally going to be looking at his TV. I hope you remember that the Titan TV can connect to the cameraman and transmit what they see. And Boom's words literally confirm that Astro is going to watch his TV to find out the location of the other agents. I think they will fix his TV, and then the Alliance will have even more problems. About the parasite, I personally think it can be removed. Because as far as we have seen, it didn't damage the core itself and simply clung to it, releasing red energy that overpowered the purple energy. But as always, we won't know until the time comes. But we have one last question left, and it goes something like, are there any Astros who could be G-Man's combat companions? Or is there a potential ally among them? To which Boom replied, Astros are individuals with consciousness, especially higher ranks. And you won't believe this, but I'm leaning towards the fact that there may indeed be someone among the Astros who supports the G-Man. Boom said that the higher ranks are individuals with consciousness, which means they can do anything they want, just as the G-Man himself did at one time. And it seems to me that there might be a double agent among them who secretly supports Daddy G-Man or might be supporting him in the future. Anyway, write what you think about it, but that's all I've got so far. Hopefully I'll get inspired and make a video about cool predictions and theories. So like and subscribe so you don't miss it. And see you soon!